Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversation with Diva D. Well, I just wanted to say that normally I try to have my Belle Collective review either later on that night or mid-afternoon or around 11ish. But hey, I was busy cheering for my Bulls for Wildcats. They are state champs again. 12, 4, 12. 12 trips, 12 rings. Now let's get into the episode of Bell Collective, Season 4, Episode 4, Gleaning the Event. Baby, when I tell you that Glenn got his whole entire life stealing Letitia's moment, and the killing part about it is she didn't even realize that he was stealing her moment. She's sitting up there, oh yeah, we going back to 98. I mean, our love language is music. Girl, this man loves the camera. Okay? So is he around because he wants to make his marriage work? Maybe a little bit. But is he around for the camera? Maybe a lot bit. Girl, not Letitia talking about music is their love language. It might have been their love language, but maybe everybody else in the room was like, ooh, he must hate her. Because Big Willie and Tim, whoa, Glendale, you brought to come and relieve this episode, baby. And when Letitia began her whole entire life, she said she felt like the most beautiful girl in the world alive. Cause that little piece of whatever Glendale was offering right then. Okay, so I'm not gonna criticize this lady's marriage. It's one thing about me. I don't. I try not to do that. I will throw out a little hint here and there, a little advice here and there. Girl, if she want that man, let her have that man. Child, we all been fools for love at some point. Keisha in confessional says, I can't even get it out. She says, who wouldn't want the ghetto prophet? You know she's gonna take him back. The ghetto prophet, come on, Keisha. And Big Willie said, ooh, if only I didn't have to listen to the rap. I mean, maybe the sax or something. In the next scene, Big Willie and Akeisha meet with S with the Mess and Marie. So Marie comes out and they are at the venue, and what they're going to do is test the food for the upcoming lupus event. Shout out to them for, bringing lupus to the forefront and letting us know that black women are suffering from lupus at a much higher rate than other races. And Willie, well, Marie is a survivor, and Essie is a survivor as well. I mean, these ladies have so much. Come right on down to the disease, my goodness. But anyway, um, Big Willie's mother, she also had lupus and passed away with, and it's one of those tricky diseases. I mean, you get diagnosed, and then you might be going through a period of, I think they said it's like a dormant period, and then you go to that dormant period, and then right then it has to be a pinpoint where you really are having a flare up in order for them to be able to diagnose it, because in that dormant period it could be masking itself as anything. And I've heard some people say even flu-like symptoms. So cool. Bravo to these ladies for bringing that to the forefront. And rest in peace to Big Willie Styles' mama. So after that, we're testing out the food to see what we're gonna have for the venue. They really like the food. Akeisha, Akeisha and Willie are in confessional, and Akeisha says, "Well, I think the rap was a kind gesture," and Willie like, "No," he said. Then she said, "Well, would you rap for me?" And he's like, "No, no, no. I'm just gonna stick doing what I do." And then back at the table, you have Marie and S with Miss S gonna say, "Well, she's the one who brought it up. What do y'all think about the rap?" And then Monroe is going to talk about how she does not like Glenn or Leticia. So Marie is internalizing her own issues with Sandra. She had to bring home the bacon fried up in the pan and never let him forget he was a man, even though questioning. Oh, good Cedric, right? But anyway, Willie's like, mm, this may be a conversation for the women. And then Akeisha's like, well, I understand. I've been there. My man is uh, NFL Super Bowl champ. Batches were throwing themselves at him. So, I understand. But at the same time, when a man is with a woman, he has to know that he's only going to get away with what the woman allows him to get away with. And in some ways, that's true. But mm, I don't know. All I know is I ain't talking about that lady. But anyway, here we go. We meeting up with the guys. I know you hear something because I'm kind of, replaying the video in the background a little bit, just a little bit. Cause so we go. Big Willie decides he's gonna do a cigar meetup with just the man, baby. Here we go. You talking about the episode part of the century. This right here, them meeting up at the cigar bar, baby, interesting. Baby, I never forget when my sister first started having her seizures. I went to this cigar bar right here to see if they had any CBD oil because, we were trying to do anything at that point to get her seizures under control. But back to the show. I mean, Big Willie and uh, JJ, God darn it, they are telling this man to keep Cliff out of their marriage. And then, Cliff, like, in his way, he's like, well, they got a problem with me. And I don't understand why JJ got a problem with me. I mean, uh, you know, he uh he uh he has a problem with me because of Selena. I mean, she called me. I didn't tell her to call me. So what happened was Big Willie brings up how's the thing with the exes, right? And then he was like, well, what would she call me? And so JJ confirms what is she doing calling you? And call me about the fight. And and that is a good question. And I know I have seen every person who recaps this show ask that question, like, why is she still calling him? Where is Latrice? Where is your scooter girl? But the thing about it is Latrice is secure, that um they had their little affair prior to her, so she's good with it. And I got a little hint from my little sources, and trust me, he's a good one, that it was a situation where JJ and Selena were pretty much going through problems their whole entire marriage. So, according to Cliff, she approached him. But clearly, JJ still has that up in his crawl space. So he looks at Glenn. Well, I'm saying that, they want a break, allegedly, when she got with Cliff, but still married. Still married. And so clearly JJ considers that cheating. But in her interview with Carlos King, she says JJ cheated too. So what we have here is a Melody Cherie situation and a Motel Hope situation where, the man is accusing the woman of equally cheating. So this thing is so good that you don't want to miss out on anything you want to hear about, everything that happened in it. So the thing about it is, you know, uh, now we're getting to them telling Glenn that Cliff is meddling in their marriage. And Glenn is like, well, this man is my friend. He's giving me good advice. And you know what that meant, right? That meant that you cannot tell me anything about Cliff because that's my boy. And that's how it's going to be. And that's what it is. And he's not destroying my marriage. He's helping my marriage. It's just they say, God darn it, God darn it. This man has issues in his own relationship. How can he give you any advice? Also, JJ tells him every time, things are going good with his god darn wife, god darn it, here comes Cliff interfering in their marriage, and then he takes that bad advice from Cliff. Also, a point. You have a point because Leticia is very, very irritated with this relationship. I don't know what she wants to happen. I don't know if she wants Glendale to stop kicking him with that good Cliff, but the friction between Leticia and Latrice is already causing a wedge in this friendship. They are trying to hold on to it by thin thread. And is it worth holding on to if it's causing that much trouble in an already troubled marriage that y'all trying to get back on track? Okay. And in the next scene, we have Akeisha and Timber. And this is the moment we all been waiting for a reconciliation. And Tamara is like, oh, I didn't think I was going to be able to keep this from Akeisha. And it is a hard secret to keep. They ride the bikes, they do the exercise, and we're going to get right on into the meat of the conversation. Uh, she says, well, I've been freezing my eggs, right? And then Akeisha says, yes, and I understand the IVF process. I couldn't, get any viable fetuses because my eggs were no good, but you have good eggs. And she says, correct, all in God's time because my eggs took and they took the first time and then they embrace. So nice. But I'm thinking something else is going to transpire because for some fact they're still on an island by themselves, and I could tell by Twitter what's going on Twitter that something is still amiss between Akeisha and Tamara because um they still having these little mini Twitter wars, and they really kind of showing who's hanging with who because at every event that I've seen on Twitter, it was just Tam and Latrice. Speaking of Tam and that little cute baby, yes, I saw the pictures of the baby, and the baby is so cute, and she looks like great. In the next scene, we have Marie Monroe, and she has a new confessional book, and that's a very cute little outfit she has on. The pink eats her up. So, Akeisha arrives, and she's talking to Maria about getting everything organized. I'm not going to break down the plate situation because that's not important. The point is, Marie is extremely unorganized with the mess, and she is no longer be nowhere to be found. She admits that she writes the checks. She does not organize or, you know, meet with the charitable organization. She knows what she has to pay, which is $2,000 for the food. Okay. And Akeisha gets in confession like, well, where is Issy? Because we need to get this thing off the ground, and I know how to organize. Now, Lakeisha has proven that she has great organization skills. When it's time to do her charity events, I mean, they may look like they are effortless, but I clearly she's putting forth the effort to make things better. And of course, she has to upstage Miss Leticia because Miss Leticia is still kind of pissed off at her about Ferry Street. Keisha looking like, now I'm trying not to take over now, but you keep on. I'm gonna have to let my pen and paper get to work and make sure we don't have any dirty plates. In the final scene, which is also a good scene, Glenn is late to a meeting where they are supposed to be brand ambassadors together. But Glenn is so jealous of Letitia, and we're about to find out why. Okay, they are meeting with black bankers. He's embarrassing her right at this moment because he's coming in late. Then he literally excused the people who they're working in partnership, but to excuse them and you late, child. Ooh, Glendale. I'm trying, honey. I'm trying to make other people see what Leticia sees in you after you've been a repeated cheater, pumpkin eater. Glenn said something ain't right with the money. The money is looking funny. The contracts have changed. Leticia's people hadn't gotten with my people. Um, so I'm just gonna be rude and embarrass her in front of these good rich people. He said, that's not how it was brought to me. Glenn says, that's not how it was brought to me. You know, the enterprise is getting paid and and the enterprise is paying me. So this man cannot even trust his wife to pay him fairly. She was like, if you don't trust me to pay you fairly, I cash up you the money. You don't have to be in here embarrassing me like this. You see, Glenn is on that you emasculating me ish. He don't think that a woman in business should pay him. That's the grand essence of it. And then he gonna say under his breath that he knew that Cliff was right about this. And see, the thing about it is Letitia is trying to get him to see that even though it may be a smaller percentage, I'm the brand ambassador. I am the brand. Correct. And she brought you in, Negro. You can't see that. She did not have to bring you in on this deal. She could have done it by herself. Because I'm sure they didn't say, hey, we're looking for someone from the Belle Collective to be our brand ambassador. Bring your husband along with you, who is not really a part of the show unless you are on the show. So if Leticia was replaced on the show, then there would be no Glendale. I don't understand why he don't understand that. You gonna tell her the money has to be right. Food, please. And she was like, ain't nobody trying to get over on you. You need to quit listening to what Cliff had to say. Cliff has his own issues over there. You need to be worried about what he got going on. And then he said, like I said, he said this would happen. And see, this is my issue with Cliff. He is definitely projecting here. He is, bringing his issues in his marriage to Letitia and Glendale's marriage. These are two separate marriages. I wish both of them could see that and stay out of each other's marriage. Glendale is looking at Cliff like, oh, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about because he has Latrice under control. And also, uh, he he knows that he's trying to keep what happened to him from what happened to what he sees happening with Cliff, where the woman in the marriage is getting her just dues and her upcomings. And he don't see that for women having upcomings because he's got that old school way of thinking. And with him thinking this way, he's going to put his ideals into Letitia and Glendale's marriage. In confessions, Glendale says Cliff has my back if nobody else does, child. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And Letitia, you need to stop blaming all of your problems off on them. You need to look straight dead in the mirror with Glendale standing beside you. And this man sounded just like Ike Turner when he said, "Get your game face on." That reminded me of that scene when he told, "Bitch, you better sing." Child. And then she said, "I got my game face on. You get yours on." Right. And that was the end of the episode. They have embarrassed themselves. They have embarrassed me for them on this episode. But anyway, that's the end of the episode. It was a good episode to me. Come back every Friday and or Saturday. 'Cause as long as the Wildcats not playing, okay. Well, they're done for the season. I'm just joking. But anyway, come back to my channel, Country Conversations with DVD. And as I do when I close, I'm gonna chunk them up. Deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.